One of the things that research has found that makes us happy is having an attitude of gratitude. They've actually found that having an attitude of gratitude, so being grateful for things, can make you 25% happier. Now you're saying, how do they know that exactly? Here's what they did. They took 3 groups of people. The first group of people, they told them, you need to write down 5 things every week that you're grateful for. The second group, they told them they needed to write down 5 things that were hassles for them this week. And the third group, they said, we need for you to write down 5 whatevers. So just write down 5 things that happened to you. So they're kind of the control group. So what they found is that group that wrote down 5 things that they were grateful for reported being 25% happier at the end of this research period. So what we find is that the more you focus on the good things that happen to you, the things that you're grateful for, the more happy you are. If you're always focusing on those things, and we all have those hassles and those things that happen to us that we're not happy about, but if we focus on those things, then we find that our happiness level goes down as well. So focus on those things that make you the happiest. There was a Cherokee Indian chief, and he had his grandkids sitting around him, and he was starting to tell them a story about these 2 wolves. And he told them the story about this fight between 2 wolves that are going on inside of each one of them. And so if you can imagine little kids, you tell them that wolves are fighting inside of them, their eyes get this big. You know? And so he goes on to say, there's 2 wolves fighting in each and every one of you, and one wolf represents good things: happiness, love, joy, friendship. The other wolf represents the bad things: anger, greed, resentment, envy. And so the little kids sit for a minute, and one little boy speaks up and he says, I understand that, but if there's a fight going on, which one wins? And the Indian chief turned to him and said, whichever one you feed. So how about surround yourself with happy things and with happy people? Do y'all know how to play Simon Says? We're going to play a little game of Simon Says. So here goes. Simon Says, clasp your hands. Very good. Simon Says, touch your elbow. Simon Says, pat your head. This is so fun for me. Simon Says, touch your chin. How many of you are touching your cheek? Yes, we do as we see, not necessarily as we're told, right? And so the moral of the story is, the more you surround yourself with other people who are happy, the happier that you will be as well. Life is a journey, not a destination. I want to share with you a story about my friend and I, who we often go shopping together. And when we go shopping together, we're often in a hurry because there's never enough time to shop. Do you agree? And so we were in Des Moines, and we were heading down the road, and we were at a stop sign, and the stop sign turns yellow. So what do you do when a stop sign turns yellow? You floor it. And so she floored it, and we went straight, took off right through this stop sign. And I said to her, we were supposed to turn there. We're wanting to go right over there. And she said, I know, but the light was turning. And I think how often that is symbolic of our lives. You know, we get so hurried to go, we get so caught up in the craziness that we don't focus on the direction that we're taking. You know, if we tell our kids or we tell our grandkids, we'll do it later, and you keep putting them off, those put-offs, that turns into months, and that turns into years awful quick. And pretty soon, and as you know, time goes so fast, pretty soon, those kids who you kept putting off or you kept saying, we'll do it later, all of a sudden, they don't want to do it with you anymore. And I think the craziness, if we get caught up in that, we tend to forget the direction and what's important, where we're actually headed, what our goals actually are. So I think it's important we need to focus on what is the most important thing in our life and make sure that we're heading in that direction versus just getting caught going 100 miles an hour just so that we can get somewhere.